There's a moment that happens when you start creating. You look up to these filmmakers, content creators, storytellers, and think they've figured it out. But the more you create, the more you realize that they're no different from you. They started earlier, they kept going, they stayed consistent when no one was watching. And even though there's such a long way to go for me, and maybe you too, here's something that I've noticed. The gap between where we are and where they are, it's not talent. It's belief, it's time, it's dedication. Because I truly believe that these people are no different from us. And they've shared their story. And I know that your story and my story is just as powerful to share with the world. These people have created content that's built an audience, but the main reason why people have stuck around is because of the person they actually are. People are gonna appreciate the person you are more than the content you put out there. Showing the true side to yourself is really gonna differentiate you from all the other people out there that is posting the exact same content. So this is 5 phases I've felt, seen, and been through whilst trying to build my personal brand from scratch. Maybe you're just somewhere in the middle of it, or maybe you just wanted to hear that you're not alone. So before we keep going, you're probably wondering, who the fuck is this guy telling me about my personal brand? So guys, my name is Jack. I'm a content creator and trying to build a full-time income off my personal brand. And this is why I wanted to teach you about the 5 stages that I've noticed while trying to build my personal brand from scratch. This is spark, curiosity, commitment, momentum, and discovery. I'm still working through these 5 different stages at the moment, as I wouldn't say that I've built a full-time income off of my personal brand right now. So this is my 2 cents on the 5 steps that you'll go through whilst trying to build your personal brand. So the first step is that spark. At this point, there's something that will have popped into your life that will make you think, how has this person done that? How have they achieved such an amazing accomplishment? And that moment happened when I started filming for my very first supercar club. Because I looked at these people and noticed that these people have 3, 4 different supercars that are worth over $500,000. I just couldn't understand how someone would be able to afford that much for a car. This is when I started filming supercars over 3, 4 years ago now. And back then I was just wondering that this is possible. Like, someone has been able to do this, but I just need to figure out a way on actually how I'm able to achieve this. And this is not a massive realization that you'll have. It'll be a tiny moment in your day that you realize, I'm gonna change my life. Like, it's such a small spark that you have, but it's gonna leave such a long lasting impact. It is just like a moment of inspiration. And that's all it is. It's a moment that you realize, holy shit, I need to change my life. And not just I need to, but you're wanting to. You actually want to change your life. That's something that you want to work towards every single day. And you don't even know what this thought actually means, but you're pulled towards it. You think about it a lot. And this is a stage that I believe everyone goes through, which is the spark, which you may be in this stage right now. I remember being in that stage where I had no idea how I wanted to move forward, but I realized that I wanted to find an avenue that I could use to work forward and pursue everything I wanted. And that was picking up a camera for the very first time, because I started to go out and started to film different videos throughout the city. And that's when I started my very first business, which was a filmmaking company. So you'll have a moment after you have the spark where you're curious. You're curious on how this person has achieved everything that you want to do. And this is the phase where you're forced to look at yourself and realize that you're nowhere near your goals. You'll feel stuck, you'll feel angry, and you'll feel behind because you've just realized that it's going to take you a lot longer to get to your goals than what you were expecting. And at this point, you may start to doubt yourself. You may start to think that you're not able to achieve this because you're so far away from your goal. Because let's be honest, it's going to take a long time. This isn't going to happen overnight. And there is a lot of negative thoughts that come into your mind throughout this process. You may even start to resent yourself because you're not further ahead. The best way to avoid this is to just stay positive. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, because staying positive a lot of the time is obviously easier said than done, but you need to stay positive throughout this process. If you want to achieve what these people have done and the people you look up to, you're going to need to stay positive throughout this whole process. And it's a human thing to have negativity creep in, but just remind yourself that this process is going to change you as a person, and it's going to develop you into the best person possible. And even right now, it still frustrates me when I'm trying to post content out there and not a lot of people are seeing it, because that's how I'm going to build my audience, by getting more engagement on my reels and my long form content too. But I just keep telling myself that there will be a post, there will be a reel that a lot of people are going to see. And that is going to be the turning point to completely change your business. And still, by posting nurturing content throughout all your reels, this is going to build an audience that actually loves the person that you are. So that's why consistency is one of the best things that everyone tells you in business. Stay consistent, because a lot of people fall off. I bet you 99% of the people in this stage will just stop. They'll get to the point and realize, shit, I'm nowhere near my goals. And the people that I look up to have done so much. Fuck this, I'm not doing it. Because that's what 99% of people will say. But you're that 1%. You're that 1% that will keep going no matter how tough it gets. And maybe you're in that stage right now. Maybe you're in this stage where you don't even know how long this is going to take, and you're uncertain. You're not sure how long and how much dedication you're going to have to put into this, but you're going to be willing to do it because this is everything that you want for yourself, your business, and in your life. So at this point, you stay committed. You keep posting consistently. At the moment, I've been trying to post every single day, at least once a day. And so the next phase is the commitment phase. And that's the stage that I believe I'm still in right now, because I'm committed to what I'm doing, but I haven't seen major results from everything that I've been putting out there. And that's okay, because I know that it's going to come. You're not a beginner, but you're in that learning phase where you're trying to absorb as much information as possible and apply it to everything that you're putting out there. You're going to be committing to all those tasks that are going to be difficult to do. They're not going to be easy. Posting every single day isn't easy. Putting out a new newsletter isn't easy. Creating a new story on your Instagram account that you don't even know who's going to see it and you're nervous to put it out there. That's what's going to separate you from your competitors. And so this is the phase where you're really going to put yourself outside of your comfort zone, because you're going to feel uncomfortable. Putting content out there on the internet can be nerve-wracking, and I've been through that. I know that speaking to the camera isn't a natural thing to do, but you've got to pretend that it's just another person. You're just speaking to someone else who's right in front of you. Pretend that's your friend. And I think that makes it a little bit more natural. And I believe the commitment phase is going to be the longest phase that you go through without seeing any results, because you'll be so committed to everything you're doing. This is where you're setting everything up, putting everything into place. And it's honestly the longest dragged phase in this whole video. Now you've kept going, you've kept creating, even though your mum and dad may have been saying, you can't do this for a full-time job, or all your friends are saying, who's this guy posting videos on the internet? You've kept going despite all the people saying that you can't do this. Especially just posting my very first YouTube videos. I got a lot of hate just from posting videos. It's just funny looking back at it.
Just editing my video, guys. Like, I've been putting all the things in and stuff, but where am I?
People will always put you down from doing something that's outside of the box. Most of the people that are putting you down are the people that want to be in your situation and want to put themselves out there, but they're just too scared to do it. And so despite all the hate, you've built momentum to keep going. And this phase is not a linear line. I feel like as soon as people think they start posting content on Instagram, they're just going to start seeing sales, and it's just going to be one massive linear line that just keeps going up. They're going to start seeing more sales come through their business, more customers enter the door. That's not the way it works. People think that's what's going to happen. And I can tell you straight that has not happened for me. And I'm still going through that phase. At the moment, my line's gone bang, and now it's gone bang. The business that you're building off of your personal brand is going to be an absolute roller coaster, and it's never going to be a linear line. But that's what business is. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. And that's when you got to show up every day, even when it's boring. You got to post even when no one's watching. I believe that's honestly the hardest part. This is where you just got to keep taking those small steps each and every day. And this is the phase that I'd say that I'm in. And through this momentum phase, you will start seeing small pieces of success. And these things can be just as small as your first digital product sale, the first digital product that you even just put together. All of these things are adding up into the bigger picture. Funnily enough, I documented the very first moment that I got my very first digital product sale. I was in Sydney at the time. I was with my brother. I think it was around 1 a.m. and I got a notification on my phone saying someone had bought my overlay pack, which was transitions for your videos.
Let's fucking go. Come on.
And even though it was just a $20 sale, I realized that I can make money online, and this allows me the freedom that I want in my life. That was a massive moment of realization for me. That moment I think about a lot. I'm realizing there is an audience out there that you can sell to by constantly creating offers that you're putting in front of them, and just completely changing my mindset for personal branding as a whole. So you may have got your first sale, or you may have just had people messaging you saying that they love the content you're putting out there. But then you move on to the discovery phase. I wouldn't say I'm on this phase yet, but I believe this is what's next. The discovery phase, to realize that there is a whole world out there of being able to sell products, not just small $20 products, but being able to put massive offers in front of people, high ticket offers, and building an audience that actually wants to buy from you. You've built this small personal brand that you've been able to sell high ticket offers to. And that's the phase that I want to get to. That is the ultimate goal for me right now, because this allows me time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. These are the three things that I think anyone would want in their life. And that's why I called this the discovery phase, because I know that it's possible. And I know you watching this knows that it's possible too. I believe that there is an audience out there that just loves me as a person. And I know that there's someone out there watching this that would love your content. Don't have a scarce mindset when it comes to your personal brand, because I believe everyone can build an audience for themselves. From that audience, they can build a full-time income. From the very start of my journey, my belief system, my limiting beliefs have actually changed. I honestly thought that people like Peter McKinnon, or all the people that I just look up to, all the big creators, Iman Gaji, Alex Hormozi, all these people were massive creators that you'd never be able to get to. And even though they've achieved an abundance of success in their life, you can still get a taste of that. And you may think that's out of reach, but you can even achieve a part of what they've done, just a part. And that's still gonna be able to fund your lifestyle, your life. So if you feel stuck and you've watched this far, I know that you're determined to achieve more. And I know that you're capable of achieving everything that you set out for yourself. And I just wanna be the person to tell you that if you're stuck, keep going. Don't let this be the point where you stop doing it. I've been through a lot of the stages, and as I said before, it's not linear. But whatever stage you're in right now, I invite you to start creating, because that's gonna be the first step to building your personal brand. If you have no idea how to start creating content, the best way that I can recommend to you is just document your life. This is gonna be the fastest way that you can start creating content today and building an audience. So don't give up on how far you've come so far. I believe in you. You got this.